cigarette but dropped on the floor. The grass scatters in an instant as if it were afraid. Jack feels so strange. He excavation of the ground with a pickaxe, surprised to find the land is made of Play-Doh. Looking again overhead, the clouds are incredibly neat and tidy. The sun is also so unnatural. Jack sets up a ladder and prepares to climb up to have a look. Just the moment he climbed to the roof, the scene in front of him stunned him. Ahead of us a vast expanse of houses neatly lined up. Jack felt an indescribable sense of eerie horror. He dared not stay here any longer, pulling his girlfriend heading outside. They got in the car and prepared to leave the area, but Ellie drove around several times. No matter how she drive, they can't get out. Jack thought it was Ellie who had gotten lost, so he got in the driver's seat looking for a way out. The car keeps moving through the villa area, from daytime driving to nighttime. Eventually the car ran out of fuel. They didn't make it out either. By now the two were tired and hungry, and only one house in the dark villa area has a light on. They got out of the car and tried to go inside to find food, only to find out that this is the same Villa 9 they went into before. Although a little scared, but they decided to stay the night anyway. Jack opened the fridge. Inside is a plate of strawberries and a bottle of a drink. Jack grabbed a strawberry and stuffed it into his mouth, and yet the strawberries had no flavor. Ellie also tries a bite. This feels like eating toilet paper. After eating they are ready for bed. The deadly silence kept the two of them awake for a long time. The next day they were up just as the sun was rising. Jack thought of a great way to get out. They keep going in one direction. In this way there is always the end of the road. They don't know how many villas they have walked through. Walk until dark. Jack has no more strength to walk. At that moment Ellie noticed a light in front of they. Jack stood up and hurried to follow. But when they went inside they were dumbfounded. Wasn't this the same place they had stayed last night? Ellie saw a box sitting by the door. Inside are some food and household items. Jack tore off the paper shell and lit the room with a lighter. He wanted to see what would happen if the place burned down. As they watched, they fell asleep. However, by the next day, once again a box appears before them. Ally came forward and opened the box. Surprisingly, inside the box was a baby. The box reads, "You can leave here as soon as you raise your grown child." Ellie slowly picks up the baby. It's a cute baby boy. LT was at this point that Jack noticed the villa. They watched it burn down last night, and now it's as if nothing has happened. Now they have no way to get out. Can only raise the child as required. However, this child is as strange as this place. Grew into a boy in just 5 days. When the boy is hungry, he kept screaming. He won't stop until the food and utensils are ready. When he's got nothing better to do, the boy also would mimic the conversation between the two.
Quindi è colpa mia! Anche questo è colpa mia, Tom! Mi dispiace, Gemma, e questo posto mi fa diventare matto! Il cibo che ci danno qui mi fa venire la nausea.
The boy mimicked the exact same voice as the two people, though they are afraid. But in order to be free, they had to overcome their fear. Jack threw his cigarette on the ground, only to find that the grass scatters in an instant as if it were afraid. The excavation of the ground with a pickaxe, surprised to find the land is made of Play-Doh. This one discovery makes Jack have a new idea. He got his tools out of the car, and the two of them just started digging down. The little boy watched it all. He didn't stop them or help them. After that, Jack woke up every day and started digging, and he didn't go back to bed until nightfall. Time passes day by day, and the pit is getting deeper and deeper. Jake doesn't even go back to sleep. When he got sleepy, he would lie down in the pit for a while. When he woke up, he kept digging. Ellie took care of the weird child every day. On this day, Ellie was playing a game with the kid. She had the idea of having the kid imitate someone they'd never seen before. It's a sight that scares the shit out of Ellie. 10 more days passed. The boy had grown, and he looks exactly like the salesman who brought them here. Ellie is falling apart, and Jack was still digging day and night. Suddenly, Jack seems to have dug something out.